Swear that I keep on getting better. That's how I handle a lot of pressure. Tell me that I never do it ever. You just verbally pulling the lever. Swear that I can put whoever. Just give me 5 minutes.
Hey, you're obligated, bro.
The blood of Christ. What's the Peter Griffin say? God, this guy must have been wasted all the time.
Ooh, that's a cute little straw there.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a tiny little red dick.
You got to see that every morning when you wake up to take a piss, right? I'm cold with it. Red lipstick dick having ass. Pit bull dick having ass. Woo!
Red Rocket, boy, Red Rocket.
All right, you drinked up. Oh, look at that shirt too. Pico Boo. Why they spell like that? Is that actually Pico from like Chipotle? Yeah, he in a taco. That's fire. That is
taco surprise.
That's fire. I want a taco. Damn. What y'all having for dinner tonight?
I'm making ground beef with nacho cheese and probably broccoli.
Ground beef with nacho cheese. Are you putting that on anything, or are you eating that straight with a spoon?
As it is.
Okay.
Throw a little
you should
queso
make some
cheese in there.
Sort of lettuce wrap with that. Throw that shit in a wrap of lettuce and eat it.
It's not any healthier.
I didn't say it was. Just eat
No,
it.
I'm gonna fry some broccoli in it. So it's like a combination ground beef, broccoli, cheese dish.
You frying the broccoli?
Sear it.
Okay.
Throw it in the hot pan with the meat.
Okay, I'm about to say you about to eat fried broccoli. That shit sound great. That's like what come in my bento box. I ain't had a bento box in a long time. I miss you Japanese eateries and Chinese people that's pretending to be Japanese eateries.
Korean.
Mm-hmm. Korean, bro.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a lot of the Japanese places are Korean.
Mm-hmm.
We'll go ahead and fry up.
Bulgogi.
We'll go ahead and fry up some cauliflower and coat it with some barbecue sauce.
What type of barbecue sauce?
I mean, I generally just go with like some Sweet Baby Ray's.
Yeah, got to go with the Sweet Babies.
But especially during Lent, we'll go ahead and make that instead of like chicken wings.
Mm-hmm.
And that shit's good as hell.
All right,
I'm making steak tonight, though.
Steak? That's a good idea. That's a great idea.
It's Pentecost, bro. It's Pentecost. So
cauliflower steaks are a thing.
No, shut up, Wozzy. Cauliflower steak.
Okay. Actually, give me 1 second, y'all.
Damn it.
Oops. Damn, I done smacked this bitch twice.
Are you gonna smack twice?
This bitch. Let me get this all set up on my end too. All set up on my end too. All right. What you been doing today, Jake?
A little bit of crack, a little bit of meth. I was thinking about maybe some PCP later, but I don't know. We'll see how the wind blows. No, I don't know. Had the church service earlier. Yeah, let's go for PCP to church. But but I went ahead and watched the live stream of the Pentecost service and kneeling vespers, and then Julia and I had some lunch. Went ahead and what was it? We swung by Dick's Sporting Goods, see if they had any bikes. Bad boy was cleared out.
You said bikes?
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. I haven't been able to find a bike in a month.
Huh?
You said a bike, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I have
your mic switched.
Oh, did
your mic switched.
Oh no.
Mike's Mike.
Does it sound worse or better? What did it switch to?
Worse.
Okay. Hold on. Oh.
It sounds like it's picking up from a different microphone.
There you go.
There we go. Yeah,
there it is. Yeah, I haven't been able to find a bike or anything that can go outdoors in a month plus, bro. Every place that I've gone to, like, where'd you go? Like Walmart or something, Target or?
No, like I said, we went to Dick's Sporting Goods.
Oh, I did. Dick's too, bro. Dick's too, though.
Yeah.
All them. I went to them places.
Yeah, we went there. There was no bikes whatsoever, and we're whatever. But we picked up a couple tennis rackets, some tennis balls, and then we went to a Meijer to grab some steaks and stuff, and looked at the bikes there, and they didn't have anything either. So,
are you still going full COVID protection, or?
Yeah. No, it was wild. So like, I've only been going to Aldi, but Aldi's meat, like they just don't have a whole lot of selection of meat right now.
Right.
So we went to Meijer, and they had some steaks there and stuff. But boy, like between a quarter and a third of the people didn't have like any masks on or anything.
Yeah. So
last
time we went to Meijer, we went like last week or something. They got the app that you can scan all your shit and pay for it on the app, so you can just kind of get your shit and get up out of there. So what was funny is we did that, and then I think you still gotta stop at the register at least, and then I don't know what you gotta do, because when we got up there,
rummage through it. Or
yeah, I don't. When we got up,
make sure that it's not like
they needed to scan the app, right? So like I guess there's a barcode on the app that they need to scan, but all of their scanners in the store were broke, so we ended up having to basically go through the line and as normal, and did all the shit on our app for no reason and wasted time. So we was kind of pissed off about that. Especially Shalonda. Such a nice girl, but
she ain't got no tolerance for that.
Dog, do not piss her off, dog. Do your fucking job, bro. Okay. Cheers, boys. I'm still off my same summertime drank, Bombay and tonic. What you on, Jake? That look like a brewski. Too Hearted.
It's that Shorts soft parade.
Yeah, you was a soft motherfucker. Wozzy, what you down there sipping on?
I've got the Larceny, my go-to.
Yeah, I miss some Larceny.
I got some Jameson too, Mike. So go suck it.
Yeah, I will suck it for Jameson. No homo. Then this is the.
I even got it in the Jameson glass here.
Ooh, you like the dudes who come play basketball wearing Jordan jersey with the Bulls shorts and some Michael J. Jordans on and the wristbands and headbands, like doing too much, bro. Just put the shit in a glass and you cool, bro. Cheers to the No Consensus Podcast. It's your host, Mike Jack, in the building, baby. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling great. AKA hat, jacket, shirt man. AKA but I'm not a rapper. To my left is that boy Jake, AKA chest out Bear Grylls. AKA John Cena. Apparently you can't see him. And down low we got the motherfucking Big Show, my boy John Wozzy, dog. How y'all doing, man?
I'm alive.
So I've been thinking about ways to prove to these motherfuckers how good of a podcast we are. Okay. Now Dave Chappelle, in one of his last stand-ups specials.
One of his specials.
Yeah, specials.
I hate these stand-up tragedies.
Yeah. He pulled a joke out of his hat and just did a joke out of a piece of paper that he had from his hat. So I said we could come up with a random topic and then riff on that motherfucker to start the show, just to prove to you motherfuckers that y'all can't hold a goddamn candle to the intellect, charisma, and critical thinking of the No Consensus Podcast.
Kind of like a podcast freestyle.
Yeah, baby. Off the top.
Does that mean we just changed our name?
It was to what?
To no consensus if it's about charisma and
You can have charisma, but also not consents.
Consents.
So what I did, y'all, is I found a random phrase generator on the internet. Okay. I put in 20. It says how many phrases you want, so I just said 20. So, Wise, give me a number between 1 and 20.
14.
All right, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. It didn't put no numbers next to these, so I got to count them on myself. 1, 2,
7, 6, 4, 3, 5, 9, 6, 1, 7,
8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Oh, you said 14. 14.
He said 17.
14.
12.
Damn, is this 14? 14 says
strong showing for
read
being smart.
And weep. Read them and weep. Meaning, often said by the winner in poker as the others weep over the loss.
Actually go off this here real quick.
Bro, come on, I got some.
Yeah. So yesterday, Julia and I were like, what are we gonna do today? And we didn't have any houses lined up to look at, but we had sent our real estate agent a bunch of houses, and but we hadn't heard back about getting a showing yet or anything. So we're driving around Ipsy, stalking the houses, parking out front, looking through windows and shit. Yeah. And we happened past, just off E-Course in Ipsy, there's a VFW hall. And there's guys out there without shirts on with signs saying, free hot dogs. So we decided to go ahead and, let me get a free wiener. This guy he's shirtless. You can trust him. Mm-hmm. So we pulled on in, and they were, we got a couple bags of chips, couple hot dogs, couple bottles of water, and they handed us a little piece of paper. And apparently the last Saturday of every month at 7:00, they're having a euchre night. So, if you're any good at euchre, you could go on down to the VFW hall in Ipsy last Saturday of the month at 7 p.m. and you can make them read them and weep.
Go euchre. And when I say I don't know how to play euchre, is euchre like speed? Is that the one euchre's like?
I don't think so, but I have no idea how to play euchre. So it's
euchre is like a game I know how to play. I just always forget which one. So I feel like
euchre has something similar to hearts, where you have a trump card and stuff.
Okay, so is there an opportunity in euchre to say read them and weep?
Yeah, okay. At the very end, I believe jacks are the highest value, and you can play a jack, and if nobody has any cards, so
they say poker, but
you would do that in any game.
That's
right?
what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to say. I could say that at any time. Read them and weep. And who was the first person to ever have said this? To have said read them and weep. If I'm playing cards, first of all, guys, it's not a book. It's not a paragraph. I'm not reading shit. I'm looking at what you put out, you goddamn bastard. I'm not reading nothing. No. And then you go.
It was some arrogant drunk dude who just out of nowhere is read them and weep, and you're like, what?
And then the second part of that, weep. Who tells you to weep? You want me to weep? That's not even.
It was also a game that had no consequences. It was not a betting game. He just, in the middle of playing hearts, just threw down a heart and said, "Read them and weep." And you're just like, "Okay, dude, I lost."
Have y'all ever heard somebody really weep? I don't want you to weep. That shit is, it's unattractive. It's awkward. I'd rather you cry. Read them and cry. Do that. Don't weep around me, bro.
To be honest with you, I usually refrain from using that phrase unless something happened to somebody I know, and I pick them up a sympathy card, and I go ahead and I write a little something in it, and when I give it to them, I'm like, read it and weep.
Yeah, and the thing is,
your grandma died? Read it and weep.
See, I was gonna go there, but that is kind of I was actually gonna go darker, but.
Because
they're gonna weep anyways. So.
Here's a list of families that all died. Read them and weep.
Is that in a Shakespeare play at all? Readeth and weepeth. Can you kill somebody with that in Hamilton?
Actually, I think it was in Hamlet.
Hamlet is what I meant, but I said Hamilton Damn, Mike. I'm glad you let me ride, but I'm gonna call myself out.
I think in Hamlet, Othello is standing there, and he's like, King Lear, read it and weep.
And then he's like off with his fucking head. Like, you don't tell a king that shit. Public execution for this motherfucker at noon. They used to make your shit fast, bro.
There actually was in Hamlet. Show me what thou do. Weep. So there is a version of read it and weep. It's like, what are you gonna do? Cry about it?
Show me what thou do. I say that at the strip club.
Show me what thou do.
Show me what thou booty do.
Boo boo.
And weep when I haveth no money to make it raineth on you.
Just throwing nickels at her.
What thou it do, boy? That's fire.
Yeah, that was an easy one.
That was easy. Read them and weep. Best podcast in the motherfucking world, dog. I think this week I'm gonna post the status and let other people throw some out here, and we'll choose another one randomly again. Read them and weep.
So where are these polls? Because I actually don't even know myself.
What polls? No, the polls I've been posting before been on Instagram. You don't got an IG, and I don't want you to have an IG yet, Wozzy. I want the people to just get so riled up. Yeah, I want them to be like, get Wozzy an IG, so that when we finally make you one, you gonna pop out with 10,000 followers off top. I don't want you to have 0 followers when you first make your thing with no Avi. Like, that's not cool. 10,000 followers with no Avi, that's fire. They'd be like, who is this guy? Even though we see him every fucking week and hear his opinions and thoughts on shit, so we actually know him more than he knows himself. But his IG is barren. And then when you get one, Wise, I just want you to take a picture of that corner of that wall, and that's it. Just keep posting corners.
Which wall?
Anyone. Just keep posting pictures of corners of walls and let people guess. Let them guess which corner that's in.
What corner of my house is this? Well, that one hasn't been cleaned in a month.
And then eventually you'll do it so much that people will start arguing about how artistic you are and how much of a fucking genius you are. And it's going, you know how stupid motherfuckers is, dog.
Someone will like take all of the images and build a 3D recreation of my house and just like, dude. That wasn't
Is
even
that
in the
a cobweb,
picture.
or is that one of Wozzy's spider webs?
I'm going to go with Cobb. Oh man. So I just got back from peaceful protests in Oak Park too, by the way.
Yeah.
How are those going?
Amazing. Police was out there supporting the people, talking with everybody, even brought free ice cream and waters and then was handing them out. Everybody was out there with their signs, showing support, laughing, smiling. It was diverse as hell. Jewish community showed out, LGBT community came out, blacks, Hispanics. I even seen some Native American people. Only reason I knew is because they had signs that said Native American and black on them. So shout outs to them. And actually it was a mom and her 2 kids, and the mom had on like a headdress or something. So, she was showing love. So it was fire though. We went out there. Shalonda really wanted to go. We walked down there because it was literally only 2 blocks from our house. It was on 9 Mile and Coolidge. Damn, I shouldn't say that. Now they gonna pinpoint where the fuck I live. God damn, stalker coming. I just require that all my stalkers have big booties. So if you don't got that, just go ahead.
Is that why?
You said what? Oh yeah. Email. Do I want to tip myself with the most?
Right.
So it was great, y'all. It was everything a protest is supposed to be. And then so they started on the corner, and then they marched down to 10 in Coolidge, I think. But me and Shalonda just took a left down our street and headed back home about halfway through the march. It was hot out. Baby was up, tired, so we headed home. But it was perfect, y'all. It's just, when everything just seems like shitty, it's real good to go outside and see that people are saying, no, we got y'all back. we support this and we support y'all and everybody coming together. It's something that's amazing about that. You know, like how that kind of that feeling after 9/11 where it felt like the country was like all on the same page. Like it was like a sense of togetherness at that time that I just felt out there today. So,
well, in that same vein, yesterday, Milan they went ahead and had themselves a similar sort of march out in the country, where I got married and everything. I know Celine I think Celine had a protest yesterday, and Plymouth and Canton had one like the day before. So I mean, like which at least in my mind, like Plymouth, Milan, Celine tend to be like predominantly white communities and stuff, and they're still coming out. We drove through Milan yesterday, and most of the yards had like Black Lives Matter, stuff in their yards, and like then that's the thing that I think that it's kind of frustrating to me regarding like the current situation is because like people, I keep hearing people trying to say how divided the response has been, and I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? Like, everyone I know is saying that what happened, especially to George Floyd, is flat out murder.
Yeah,
I don't think anybody disagrees with it being murder. I think the divide comes from the media highlighting a lot of the actual violence and rioting, not the actual protesting, the bad actors, so to speak, and misinformation.
Are you seeing people say that there are people saying there's hold on, how should I say this? You got people in your timeline saying that there's a division on whether or not there's people thinking that George Floyd incident was bad?
Yeah, mostly liberal people going ahead and have been, from what I've seen, really sort of like making that divide happen, saying that not everyone's on the same page. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I've seen, and hell, I had a lodge meeting the other day, and most of them old ass conservative hicks, who are all like, Trump 2020, but every single one of them was like, what happened to that man was murder.
Yeah.
Just flat out. Now I have seen, like, I think I'm up to 3 apologists for the cop that killed him. But that's all I've seen. And those people are far radical.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. So there are some assholes. I won't go ahead and pretend that there aren't.
We know that there's,
but there are shitty people no matter where you look. If you look at any group, there are shitty people. It's
because that's what the racism is, bro. They don't. Okay, there's some people out there that say, okay, you killed somebody, but it was just a fucking black guy. Who cares? Like, and that's just how they feel. That's a cop. That was a black guy. Who cares? He shouldn't get this. That's where some people, like Wozzy said, those guys are pieces of shit. So I think nothing you can do about stuff like that.
One thing that may come from this, and I've seen it a couple places, is people realizing that it's a lot more class-based issues, and that is a lot of the real problem is it being class-based.
Yeah,
and
it's
go
ahead.
The whole 2.6 million that came from the stimulus money that we found. What if that had been dumped into people over the past decade?
Yeah.
So.
Well, and it's funny because we oftentimes talk about the correlation between poverty and crime, but that's really, you could be poor as hell and not be a criminal, because like when you look at underdeveloped nations and stuff like that, as long as everyone is in a close enough economic range, there's low crime. It's when you get that wealth disparity, when there's the haves and the have-not. And it was funny. I was looking at, and there's actually like a formula to sort of calculate it, and they call it the Gini index or the Gini coefficient. And the United States is like ranked 50 according to world data or World Bank data, and according to the CIA, ranked 27 as the worst. By far the worst in the Western world.
In terms of variance or what? Like ranked?
Yeah, the disparity between the richest and the poorest.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's a huge wealth gap, is what it says.
I realized that early on, and Mike, you probably driven down Telegraph, but going down Telegraph, you go from Pontiac to Southfield, and right in the middle of that is Bloomfield Hills. So you go from two very,
and that's all in 20. That's a 20
areas.
That's all in 20 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
You'll be in a terrible spot in Pontiac. You'll see the biggest houses you've ever seen in Bloomfield, and then you'll be in middle class in Southfield in 20 minutes, bro.
Yeah, because the thing is that human beings don't care about being poor. We're completely fine with being poor. We're not going to resort to criminal means if we're poor. It's when we go ahead and we see that the next guy has so much more than we do, we start to internalize that, well, I need to get a lot more.
Yep.
And then you become vulnerable to, that crime life and all that jazz. So, like, societies really aren't designed to have a...
I would only disagree with that to the point where it's the people who don't know if they're going to eat for the next couple of days, where that isn't comparison based.
Yeah, I'd accept that.
Yeah, and oh man, yeah, all that is true because I'll tell y'all this right now. When I was young, I grew up in a neighborhood that was poor, right? So, but you didn't realize it because everybody in your neighborhood was just like you. And truth be told, my family is probably the most well-off family in the neighborhood. I was the one with the N64 and the Sega. I had the biggest yard in the block, which wasn't huge or nothing, but I actually had a fenced-off yard that was bigger than everybody else's. Both my parents was home, going to work every day. So I had it better off than everybody else on my block, but everybody was poor. So you don't notice it when everybody got the same shit. And y'all just kind of complain, and it actually brings you together. Like, man, I can't wait till we can get this. You gonna get your mom? You say you asked for that bike for Christmas? Hell yeah! I ain't asking for nothing else because if I do, I won't get the bike. Like, we all in that same boat. Like, yeah. So we just get a Power Ranger for our birthday, right? And then by Christmas time, we'll have our bikes, and then we'll be riding them by the summertime, right? And we that was me and my friends. We had it all planned out because we knew there were certain shit we could get.
You guys were unionizing against the parents,
bro. But it bring you together when everybody ain't got shit. It wasn't until I moved out to Birmingham where you realize like it started becoming a problem. I still ain't got shit, but everybody else around me got shit. And it wasn't even the fact that I was like, I kind of want that. I want this. It's also because kids is fucking assholes. So as soon as they find out you don't got this, you don't got the, what was, I got to think about what we had back then. You don't got the iPhone, not the iPhone, the iPod, 200 gigabyte iPod. You ain't got one of them. You still using that Walkman. That's when you start feeling a certain way. Like everybody else in my school got all this shit. Everybody else, parents pulling up in these type of cars. Y'all already taking driver's ed classes, and I can't afford to do shit like that. And that's when you notice it. So, but then it takes to another level of like, what is stealing? You got to have a whole different mindset to rob somebody. And you know what I'm saying? Like, whether it's I'm breaking into your house while you're not home, or it's I'm going to pull this gun out on you while you walking on the street and tell you run that, come up out of everything you got. Like, that's a whole different mindset. And like Waz said, you could, if it comes down to you and your well-being or somebody else's, sometimes people get into that, but I think it's a different type of person still though. That's like, I need that, and I'm about to start robbing because what robbing do. It's hard. It's hard your first time, but the more times you do bad shit, the easier it gets. So you don't start off with a gun, robbing somebody. You start off at an early age. Yep, exactly. You stole something, ain't nobody say nothing, or your older brother seen you stealing. When you get out, he like, I see you, bro, good shit. Like you get love for shit like that. And then so it's all different, and actually also depending on your neighborhood. I grew up in a neighborhood where the people have values. They just was hard workers, but they wasn't getting paid what they was worth, so everybody had to live in the same area. There's other neighborhoods that had all drug dealers. Them the motherfuckers who had all the money, all the cars, all the girls, the best clothes. So you fuck around and want to be like them. And you don't see nothing wrong because nobody even telling you like that's not the way to go. They gonna be dead in 2 years. By the time you old enough to hang with them, they gonna be gone, locked up or dead. So yeah, I'm rolling. You know, it's just so that's why it's not an answer to this shit, y'all. Like not one answer. It's a bunch of different shit that's got to happen to change stuff. And classism is it was. But I think they always just go back to the fact, not they, we, me, and most people who understand shit is how did the classism form in the first place? And then how can you get out of it? I don't know. I'll always think of this Kanye line on his song Power. And and at one point in the song, he says, do you have the power to give up power? And I just think that's, I don't know if he got that a quote from somewhere, but I think that's do you, because it takes a lot to give up when you have everything, because you get used to that power, you get used to that lifestyle, it corrupts. Delicious, by the way. But the protest today was fire, y'all. So I'm glad we went, and you know, and that also made me think about how many other, like you just named like 4 or 5 protests.
Warren had one Friday. Sterling Heights had one today.
There's thousands of fucking protests going on across the nation. Thousands, right?
And a lot of these weren't being told about. It
exactly.
was for the first couple of days. It was, look, everybody's against each other. People are rioting. People are shooting each other.
And it was, you know, the first time I seen something good was a protest here in Michigan. It was
Detroit on Wednesday.
Maybe it was the Detroit police. I don't think so though. I think it might have been a suburban one,
Royal Oak one.
Maybe, but the cops like put their stuff down, and the chief, the chief at that one.
That was up in Flint.
Well, yeah, that was the
Genesee
Flint
County.
one. Yeah, that was the Flint one.
Genesee County one.
Yep, that was the Flint one. Yep,
you shared with us.
Yep, he started talking. And they hugged everybody and they marched with them. That was like one of the first joints I seen. And then now I think about it, like you said, and when we was down there, people was telling us about the protest they had went to before this one. There was one at Belle Isle on Friday that we was gonna go to, but I don't want to deal with Belle Isle, y'all. One way in, one way off that fucking island. I knew it was gonna be packed. And then we would have had Jack with us. I wasn't about to go through all that. So I was like, we can just walk down here 2 blocks to this one and check it out. If it do get wild, we can go home. If it's not, we'll stay out there. And we met some good people. So that's how they supposed to be, man.
So, Mike, speaking of Jack, Julia's got a question. Have you taught him how to say Julia yet?
I have not even thought about teaching my son to say the name Julia.
Wow.
I'm pretty confident.
Disrespectful. That's my wife you're talking about.
I'm pretty confident that thought has not come across my head even one time, bro. I don't. You know what my policy is though. I'm not gonna stop you from teaching them. So come over and say Julia to him as much as you want when you see him, and break it down. His auntie Camera do that shit all the time. Camera. I'll be like, Cam, he can't do that K-sound yet. Like, you get too advanced with my mans. All he got is the da, the ma, the hi, the bye. He got some of them. He got some uh-ohs.
He's what, 9 months?
No. He's
almost a year.
Yeah, his birthday, first birthday is in a week and a half. He'll if you sneeze, he'll say achoo just to make fun of your soft ass. He know how to make monkey noises, ooh ah ah. I don't know if that's racist or not, but he ordered it from somewhere and I can't get him to stop. So
maybe he just watched Animal Planet and really likes monkeys.
Yep. That's what I'm rolling with. So, but nah, he ain't. I'm not teaching him Julia. I'm sorry. That's on you, Julia. You can do it yourself, baby girl. That's funny. Did you boys? Oh shit! Oh, sorry, I almost spilled some drink, y'all. Cheers one more time too. Come on, bring it up. I'll bring it up. Bring it up. Bring it up.
Do you want a sippy cup?
Who? I got a sippy cup.
Do you want one? I mean,
no. I just like my straws. Why? You know how much I like my straws. You bought me like a 200 pack that one time.
Oh, yeah, I did that one time. You like small things in your mouth.
Yeah. Yes, clitoris. Anyways, Wozzy's.
That's a big clit, bro.
He said small things in your mouth, so I'd say it's a small thing.
It was the same, kinda.
Wozzy's love corner. We gotta talk about this, y'all. I'm out at the protest, and I ain't gonna lie, y'all. It's a couple little good-looking girls out there, man. I don't know, Woz. You might have to hit a protester too, dog. I ain't gonna lie to you. Nah, I don't know though. Is hitting on girls at a protest inappropriate?
No, that's actually the norm. That's why most guys go to protests.
I wouldn't doubt that.
No, like
These
I
fake
remember
social
watching
justice warrior bastards.
Have you guys ever watched Biodome?
Mm-hmm.
What?
Like Biodome with Pauly Shore,
No.
Stephen Baldwin, but
It's not good.
You said it's not good?
It's not good. It's
Pauly Shore.
Oh, okay.
But no, like they make fun of that trope of the activist guy who's just an activist to get laid. And there's this one guy, he's got the guitar and he's singing some song about the environment and save the earth and all that jazz, and all these girls are flocking to him and shit like that. So that's just what you need to do, Wozzy.
I had a weird thought, because wasn't Idiocracy a Pauly Shore movie too?
I don't think so.
You said the what?
Luke Wilson was in that.
You said what movie, Woz?
Idiocracy. I'm wondering how many of these old comedy movies are coming true to some regard, because Biodome could be Mars in a couple months. Or a couple years.
Damn you, Elon.
I'm just sitting here thinking, like, it's not a bad idea. And I'm not talking about getting some sex. I'm talking about you out here and somebody else is out here. Clearly, y'all have the same ideals, at least on that level, and y'all got something to talk about. It's a good little icebreaker. And from that, y'all can move on. Like, especially you, Woz. It's all type of, like I said, it was super diverse at this one. So basically, whatever you wanted was out there. And they out there for a purpose. Like, oh, you down for the cause? You think that the shit is bullshit? I think shit is bullshit. Maybe we should talk about bullshit at my crib. I got my own house over in Warren. If you didn't know that, I got my own job, car, I got all that. And then we can just sit down and talk about the inequalities of America and what we can do to help them out. And that's all it is, bro. You got to come correct. But I just was sitting there thinking, like, damn, is it inappropriate? To just
would be
chick with what's your name, what's your sign at the protest?
Honestly, if it wasn't for, well, I can't say the only reason that I don't go, but asthma, having asthma is one of them. Just because I have no idea, because I have heard that COVID being a respiratory thing. Yeah. Just because I have no idea. If I didn't have asthma, I wouldn't be nearly as worried about it. And I'm not worried about it, but I don't know.
I feel that.
Being around that many people.
Yeah, no, I feel that 100%. Because I'm not scared of the dark, but I'm scared of the dark a little bit. Like, you don't know what's in that motherfucker. It's in the back of your head. You be like, I don't know what's in there.
I mean, it only takes one monster under your bed for it to be the end.
It only take one, bro, and that's what they don't understand. Why? It would have to be organic, though. Going back to the protest pussy, you couldn't just go in with PTP, baby. If you try to get some PTP, you can't just.
There'd be a lot of emotion in that. I mean, at least that'd be one thing going strong is everybody's got strong opinions and emotions about stuff going on.
Yeah.
Bro. God damn, I just found the name of this episode. That's crazy.
So would that be the opposite of hate fucking?
Yeah, love fucking for sure. Because we gonna come together and we gonna make a baby so morally strong.
So woke. Wokest.
This baby gonna be so woke that then the world won't know what the fuck to do with it, bro. This baby gonna have honor. This baby gonna have honor pouring out of his uncircumcised penis, like.
I'm not touching. No.
If you are listening to this in the audio, Jake just laughed so hard that none of the audio even caught his laugh. It was one of those loud, long, quiet laughs, and his face is red as shit. But I'm back to being serious. It would have to be organic. Y'all would kind of have to start talking about the situation. And people were super open to talking to everybody else. It would have been it's easy to get your footy in. Y'all talk, y'all figure out what's going on. You live around here. Is this your only one you've been to? We actually met some people who running for office, city wise and state wise. So we met the Oak Park mayor's son. He was out there. I think he running for like treasurer or something coming up, and he was out there supporting, and we met a couple other young black ladies who was running for some stuff. So it's a good little it's a great icebreaker, and it is another. We always talk about this. Where the fuck do single guys find girls? Y'all better get in now while the protesting is hot. I'm gonna tell you that now.
Because sure, you could go to the bar, but what is the sort of like thing that you're all congregating around? It's this idea of, let me get a drink in, loosen my inhibitions. I'm trying to get laid.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Get my dick.
That sort of thing, right? You know, some people go to like the bookstore, that sort of thing, and it's like congregating around like the ideas of those books or whatever, right?
Borders,
but
booty?
You go to, huh?
They getting Borders booty.
You ain't heard about that?
Nah, I haven't.
The library's sex dungeons.
Yeah, man. That's where the kinky shit's at.
Man, boy, let me.
But yeah, so like, if you care a lot about some sort of cause, and she cares a lot about that cause, I mean, it's just as valid of a thing to sort of like come together around, right? So,
I've seen relationships start on less, for sure. What you say?
I wonder how that started in the 70s with the whole Vietnam war shit.
Yeah. Definitely some protest pussy getting popped out there.
PTP popped.
Yeah. PTPP. That's how you gotta say. PT double P.
Ooh. Would you square that? Would you square that second P or no?
PTP squared. Oh shit!
You also gotta watch out for the PTSD. That's real nearby.
Yeah. Yep.
One could cause the other.
Yes, it could. I've seen it both ways for sure.
To those protests in Detroit, I got tear gassed. I was just looking for some PTP square, but I got PTSD. My eyes burn.
I was talking, and then say you do get the PTP. But the bitch crazy because some of these protest motherfuckers is crazy. Now you got PTSD from that relationship, so you might not go to a protest again, no matter how much you down for the cause. I can't go out there. Imagine
Woz went out to a protest to get laid, and he cared about Black Lives Matters
so much.
But she was so crazy that he's like, all lives matter. That's it.
That pussy turned him to an all lives matter. Oh fuck! Oh, that she gotta be crazy.
I'm trying to imagine
that's some expired pussy there.
Oh my god!
How crazy that would be.
Yeah, it had to be crazy, bro. It had to be crazy. She would have to be talking about Black Lives so much that she just caught you on a bad day, and then you just like, bitch, all lives matter. Because
what is the
you just
new,
so mad.
What is the new word for the personal virtues or whatever it is, where white people are being like, yeah, I've got white privilege because it makes them feel better about themselves. It's something virtues. I can't remember what it's called.
Oh, is that some new slang on the internet?
Super SJW. Like,
that's some new slang on the internet?
Yeah, it's been used in some of the media stuff.
White virtues. Or you just said virtues. It's something virtues. I haven't heard that one.
I'm familiar with virtue signaling, but...
Yeah, that was it. Virtue signaling, where you talk badly about yourself to represent somebody else when it's just about making yourself feel better.
Okay.
Like that kind of person.
Yeah, I mean, it's going ahead and saying like, "Oh yeah, I care and stuff," but like when it actually comes down to it, you don't. It's like all these companies. I mean, I don't know. I feel like it's like kind of hit or miss, but like all these companies going ahead and hell, like that Bethesda. Actually, I think that's a good example. Bethesda changing all of their logos on Twitter to the rainbow flag because it's June, it's Pride Month, but not the Middle East, because they don't actually fucking care about gays.
No, it's illegal there.
They just want your money. They just want a virtue signal like, hey, gays, guess what? We care about you. Give me your money. But when it comes down to it, like, we're not about it.
Did you hear about the CEO of Reddit?
Mm-mm.
I heard about him saying that he was going to like step down and that he wants a black person to fill his spot.
The CEO of Reddit is worth, I believe, $70 million, married to Serena Williams with a kid.
Is that who Serena's married to? The CEO of Reddit?
Yep.
That was a big thing in the black community. All that black booty just being beaten down by that white boy. I thought he had more. I thought he was a billionaire though. I didn't know he only had 70 million.
She's worth a lot. She's worth 200 million if I remember correctly. Like
maybe she was dating a billionaire before that. Then, and then she got with him. But yeah, that's crazy. So he gonna step down because he wants a person of color to take his spot. How you gonna step? Do you got a name, motherfucker? You can't just. I'll come do it if that's what you need. I'll go to some board meetings, motherfucker. I'm qualified. I'll learn on the job. The fuck?
Alexis Ohanian asked to be replaced by a black candidate as he resigns from Reddit's board. So,
okay, you can't do that without having somebody in mind, bro. There's got to be somebody you've been grooming already, or somebody that's close to what you do that could step up and take the job. Like, I don't know what you gonna have a Hunger Games for all the black employees and the last one standing get to be CEO. What the fuck are you doing? Are you here, Jake?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, okay. I couldn't tell if you was moving your camera and then like it got weird and it got quiet after my Hunger Games joke, which y'all both enjoyed, but I didn't really hear nothing back, so I was making sure you was alive still.
I'm a fairly silent laugher, so
okay, silent laugher.
I laugh on the inside.
You need that for all that warrioring you do, huh? Gotta perfect the silent laugh.
Wozzy's in the bushes, just like he's not even jerking off in the bushes. He's just sitting there quietly laughing.
Yeah, bro, that's his.
It's like
he's a sadist, bro. He don't get off on the sex, bro. He get off on the laughing. He don't even know I'm laughing. He don't even know I'm cracking up. That's what he get off on.
The comedy voyeur.
Yeah.
He's sitting there watching people go ahead and like walk through their dark house and stub their toe on the coffee table. He's just quietly laughing, jerking off in the bushes to it.
He's watching people watch The Office and then laughing with him. Like, yeah, that was a good part. That was a good part. I'm glad he enjoyed that part. That was funny. Oh fuck.
That's creepy.
That is creepy. That's creepy as fuck. I don't know what I would do if I found a motherfucker sitting in my bushes.
What are you doing out here? You jerking off? What's that?
You said you go ask him, Jake. You out here jerking off?
He's like, oh man, I'm just laughing. I'm actually more offended now.
Right. What, I'm not sexy enough for you to jerk off to? You don't think I'm sexy enough to jerk off to? You can't come to me? Huh? What the fuck wrong with me?
Jake will now have no bushes around his new house. There is no hiding place, like floor to ceiling window.
I just planted these bushes. I might pull these motherfuckers up. You're right. Put some I'm trying to think of a flower. I can't even think of no flower.
Some asparagus?
Yeah, I was gonna say azaleas, but I can't remember if that was a flower or if that was a
irises. I like them. They're cool. They're like blades.
You get what?
Irises?
Okay. Like Iris West?
Like your eye, right?
It was fine.
Yeah, IRIS.
Damn, that was a fine black woman.
Shout out to ISIS.
FBI, come get him. I'm not involved in that at all. Get him the fuck out of here. We'll find another co-host. I promise you. He will not be missed.
Replace me with JJ after I say ISIS.
We had to support our Middle Eastern brothers, so we brought in the brownest of the brown. That's funny.
I mean, if you want fun, I can ask him.
Yeah, I got it. Nah, Bobby, I love you, bro. But no, we'll get into it too much. This is a laid back cast. What you been doing today, Waz? How was the work week? How was you try any new concoctions in the kitchen?
Work has been busy. Lots of like random projects that I just haven't been able to work on because, you know, I don't have people bitching at me every day that something's broken. Made chicken chili soup. It was amazing.
Chicken chili soup sound good to a bitch. So what you do? You shred the chicken?
So I have like bone-in chicken breast, and I poach that for like an hour and a half, and then take it out and shred it, and then throw it back in. Throw some andouille sausage in there. Throw some pepper in there at the end. I had some broccoli in one of them. Tons of chili powder, tons of cayenne powder, some adobo flavor or seasoning, and just kind of make a soup. It spicy. My asshole burnt the day. I was on fire.
that burning booty. Some people think of the burning bush, but that burning booty is where it's at. Can you get a screenshot of Jake real quick? Because I think he's frozen.
I already did. Yeah. I saw that and I'm like, you're a little too still.
I got a question though. How do you guys shred your chicken, pork, that sort of thing? Because whenever I do it, I feel like it's so labor intensive that it's not even worth it. I get annoyed after like 2 pulls.
Wait, I got another one.
Yeah. Two pulls. His hands right now. Okay, there you go.
How are you cooking it?
That's the first thing.
Because
no, man.
Yes, how are you cooking the fucking chicken, Jake? You know.
So don't.
I've only done it once or twice, and I think both times been like in the slow cooker for like 8 hours, something like that.
So pulling doesn't work as well when you like grill it or bake it at a higher heat. Poaching it, slow cooking, like an 8-hour cook, or like a 3-hour cook. So a slow cooker should be good, but I take 2 forks and just kind of spread it apart with the forks.
Yeah. So just normal ass forks.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's exactly what Shalonda do. So were you out here using your hands, bro?
I mean, maybe. I started with my hands, and then I was like, I gotta use something. So I grabbed a couple of spoons, and those didn't help none at all. But
spoons?
Yeah, you fooling. So let me tell you this though, Jake, because I had this same question a little while ago to Shalonda, because she always do pull our chicken. So one day I said I wanted some. What the fuck I asked for? I don't know. I asked for something with that had pulled chicken in it, and she was like, "Okay, I got you. I'll make that tomorrow." So she did what she threw the whole fucking chicken in the Ninja slow cooker, and just had that bitch on all day. And I at one point I walked in there and she pulled it out when she was getting done. And I was like, didn't I say I wanted pulled chicken? What's wrong with you? And she was like, Mike, if you don't shut the fuck up and watch. And then she started pulling that shit apart with the forks. And I was like, oh, I'm sorry I disrespected your gangster like that. Like, I thought you wasn't listening. I thought you turned your wife ears off and was trying to just make me a regular piece of chicken. That's not what I wanted. Well, damn, what was we making though? Oh, fajitas. We did fajitas. So we did some chicken fajitas, and that shit slapped hard. But yeah, she did the same thing you said. Was 8 hours. Pulled them with the fork. That shit looked easy as fuck too.
So the longer you cook most meats, the connective tissue breaks down. So like, you know how steaks you want out at like 150 with meats you want to shred or you want to like pull apart, you want to go past 205, I believe it is. So it's a long slow cook. It's past done in most cases, but you want to break that connective tissue down that normally is chewy.
I guess.
So like, between 170 and 200 for most meats is terrible because that is when things are chewy and it hasn't broken down. It hasn't broken down the proteins of the meat yet. So
break them proteins down. Break them proteins down.
Yeah, I got in food related matters. I got my coffee grinder on the way tomorrow. It should be here.
You ordered off Amazon?
Fuck no.
What you mean, fuck no?
Fuck no.
A simple no would have sufficed, but a fuck no means is you. I get the sense that you don't fuck with Amazon, so I'm trying to figure out where.
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay, so you letting Jeff Bezos affect your opinion on Amazon? What's going on here?
Bezos can suck it. I don't know what that was, but
okay. So why you don't fuck with Amazon, bro? What's going on here?
Why would I?
What do you mean? Get packaged
why
in
wouldn't
2 days. You? Yeah.
I mean, why do I need something in 2 days?
Because you have.
I'm impatient. If I order something, I want it fast.
What the fuck are you talking about?
I ordered something from a monastery like a month ago, and it hasn't even been processed yet. And I'm cool.
Is that
I'm not in any rush, huh?
Is that your coffee?
No, I got those beans Friday.
How are they?
They're pretty good. They're not as
no, fuck that. You're not switching to the beans, motherfucker. Don't you disrespect Amazon, motherfucker. No, fuck your beans. I don't care how good they was and how long it took you to get them. We about to talk about this. You old super patient bastard. I just ordered something a month ago and I'm not even. What's gonna happen when you get you a motherfucking house, Jake? And now you starting to work on the goddamn house. And you want to change everything when you get there. You gonna be happy when some shit take a month to get to your fucking crib, bro? When you have a baby and you like, oh shit, I want this toy. I want these clothes. I can't find it nowhere else, but Amazon got it, and it's gonna be here in fucking 2 days because I got Prime. You gonna be happy then?
You also get Prime Video.
Prime Video music. You are saying fuck that and never have tried it, and it's gonna change your life.
I've used Amazon before.
No, listen. At one point in your life, you said fuck girls. You was a little kid. And you were like, oh, they're nasty. They're disgusting. They got cooties. Then you got some pussy, and then you never went back. Cheers, I got. Cheers to that. Cheers to that. Oh, that shit empty, Wozzy. Come on. To that first piece of pussy. To that protest, that protest pussy.
I got issues with it, the way they treat their workers and shit like that, and all that stuff. So fuck that. Okay. I'm not interested. Right. So I went to OXO directly, and like honestly, it has
OXO Gossip Girl. You don't know
That's
what I'm talking about. Oh,
XOXO.
it is. Oh shit, my nigga Jake on it. Hold on. Let me find out you on that XOXO Gossip Girl, bro. Go ahead, continue.
Never seen it. Wait. I don't think I've seen an episode. But I don't know what I've seen an episode of, so.
Yeah. Shawnda
Is
used
it
to-
anything like Jessica Jones?
I mean, she reads out of her diary in a monologue, and at some point.
Oh, okay, yeah. So there's narration with a female voice.
Yeah,
Practically the same show.
Yeah, exactly. So basically, Doug, Jessica Jones, XOXO Gossip Girl. It's all the same shit.
Doug, Jessica Jones, and XOXO. Yep.
Bars, because the person who voiced Doug was a female, so that shit went over y'all head.
Ooh.
Just like basically all those Nickelodeon cartoons. When we gonna give our female voice actors the pride that they get?
Right, so I think I knew that because Tommy from Rugrats was a chick too. I think she was like a blonde chick.
Yep, she definitely was. And the person who did Tommy, I'm pretty sure did Phil and Lil too. I'd have to go. I have to look it up on which I'm doing right now. Elizabeth Daily did Tommy.
I was about to say, don't call him Tom.
Yeah,
That boy Tom.
that boy Tom. Yeah, that would have been
Tom.
wild. Tom Pickles. That's how he introduced himself when he grew up. Tom Pickles.
Yeah, I'm Tom.
Pickles, Thomas Pickles.
I hate people who go by Thomas. Trash.
What about the tank engine?
I hate Thomas. I hate him.
Wow.
Trash.
Mike, you're trash, bro.
Yeah, I don't remember that show. He was terrible.
He was the best.
Your voice just.
He was better than all the rest.
Maybe he was Maybelline.
Oh.
Maybe it was natural though.
Yeah. And actually, you know who I wanted to see? But what was we talking about? Voice I don't know. Amazon. You hate Amazon. Go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, like, they got pretty garbage policies and procedures and stuff like that for their employees, like out in the warehouses and stuff like that. And yeah, I'm just not about it, you know. I'd rather go. I mean, honestly, I'd rather just go ahead and buy it locally, and stuff like that. But I was looking around for the coffee grinder, and next best thing was just go straight to the manufacturer, cut out the middleman.
But
I mean,
Jake, that shit is not. That's a month to get something, bro.
No, I ordered this less than a week ago.
Okay, you said a month earlier, so that's what I'm.
I said a month about the thing I ordered from the monastery.
Oh, okay, okay. The monasteries don't got
Well, this
proper mail
monastery
services.
Well, this monastery is in Belarus, so I mean.
Yeah, Elizabeth Daily did Tommy, Susie Carmichael, a whole bunch of other people, Baby Stews, Camper Twos, Boys. He all over this bitch. But okay, I'm not rolling though, and maybe we'll get Cal on here one day, because he is a Amazon warehouse worker. He I don't know what his official title is, but he tells the trucks where to go when they get in.
Jake, you had a brother who did work for it, right? One of your brothers did?
My brother did. Julia's aunt does, and I got a buddy who does as well.
Okay.
I mean, I've heard that their treatment of workers is not the best, but I've also heard that, you know, they're hiring people and
that's my next thing I was gonna say. That might be true, but talking to Cal as well, Cal is very adamant that he don't really like working there. So I'll put that out there. But that's for different reasons. He don't like working at all, and I don't want to put words in his mouth, but he just don't. But I hear from him on a daily basis. He's like, Mike, these are the dumbest motherfuckers I've ever been around in my life. So you gotta take that into account too. Dumb motherfuckers complain about dumb shit, and really it's just because you dumb. So I don't know how much of that it is. It's probably a good combination of you could have better working conditions and better shit, and look at the motherfuckers you keep hiring.
I mean, from what I've heard, most of it is their expectation and the amount that a top level employee could do is not the same as the average person.
Yeah. And Cal been saying since this pandemic, the amount of work they've been doing every day is like what they would be doing around Christmas. He's like, we've been basically had Christmas for the last 2 months. They working us like dogs, and I'm like,
and guess where all that money goes to? All that money goes to the top.
Straight to the top.
Yeah. So like, and that's what I don't understand. Like, people keep going ahead and complaining about all these companies that, like, the big time companies that got bailed out big time by Trump and stuff like that. But look at Bezos and Amazon, like, and regardless if that was federal stimulus money that went to him, it's all you guys going ahead and I mean, I'm not attacking you guys or anything, but like, it's the people going ahead and treating it like a Christmas. You know?
I'm a part of the problem. Yes, I'm a part of that motherfucking problem.
Which that also goes into the wealth disparity that we were talking about earlier. That goes ahead and leads to higher crime rates and all that jazz. So
yes, listen. But my thing is, I can't start nitpicking which terrible corporation I want to use to my advantage and which ones I don't all the time, man. Like, if we's gonna go off that, you think Jeff Bezos the only motherfucker out here that's doing his employees dirty? I should never eat at a fast food restaurant again. I probably shouldn't go out to no chain restaurants again. I shouldn't use Amazon. I shouldn't go to no grocery stores. Fuck Kroger, fuck Meijer. I should go straight to the farmers and buy the meat from the butchers themselves and buy the produce from the farmers themselves. I should only shop locally. I should be doing all of that. But what I'm paying for is the convenience, bro. I can't my local, whatever store can't get shit to me in 2 days, and it won't be for $10 neither. I'm gonna have to go to them. It's gonna be more expensive, but it would have to be because I want to show them love. So I do that for certain shit, but I can't do it for everything. I'm sorry, and I like Amazon, so fuck you, Jake. Fuck Jeff Bezos. But
how many of these things do you even need? I mean, like,
I don't need.
We're playing this constant.
I don't need none of it.
I need all of it. I want all of it.
I don't need a goddamn thing, Jake. I'm a human being. I'm a 6'2" black man, athletic. I could live in the woods if I wanted to and learn that shit. I don't need none of this shit, but I want it. And you ain't gonna take it from me with your goddamn white supremacy. You just want to just force your values onto my people. Just always, goddamn it. Maybe that should be something we should do, though. Like, what locally around here? Because also, I'm not gonna lie, man. A lot of stuff that's like local, I'll pay extra if it's of high quality. I don't know what y'all out here doing that's got the same quality or better quality usually, and it'll cost more. You know what I'm saying? And I don't got no examples right now, but maybe I should start, or we should start branching out a little bit, checking out our area.
Well, I know I have it's not a farmer's market, but it is a smaller market out by me that I never ended up going to. Yeah.
Okay.
Up at 12 and DeQuandra, I believe.
Farmers markets is what's the difference between a farmer's market? This might be a dumb question, but
a farmer's market is the people who actually produce the fruit and vegetables show up. So like Eastern market is a farmer's market where you get a representative of the actual farmers or dairies or butchers or whatever.
So the dude that's selling it to you is the person that actually grew it or
working for that company. Yeah,
that's fire.
Which is a much better way to do it, but
Eastern market been slapping these last 2-3 weeks. By the way, every single day, motherfuckers ain't even been able to get in there unless you get there right when it opened up. So people
like Mike, how how would you prefer me to purchase your music? You want me to purchase it through Amazon, and then they could go ahead and give you your cut of the creative content that you gave them?
Music is different, Jake, because it don't matter where you purchase my music from.
No,
I promise you, it don't matter where you purchase my music from. I'm getting fucked, bro. So unless you come get a CD from me and then pay me $10, like 10 real dollars, that's the only way I'm gonna get my full money. And not even 10. You had to give me $15 because 2 of that gonna go towards the CD cost. And you know what I'm saying? Then I can make a profit off some shit. Like, so yeah. I mean $12. I'll say 15 just to actually make a little extra profit too. But yeah, like $12, bro. Like that's the only way the only way I'm gonna ever get my full amount of money from music, dog.
How about I Venmo you 15 and you just send me the MP3s?
That's it too. Yep.
Okay.
The problem is, how do you find out about that?
Exactly.
So, like I had a kid come by. It was like probably 2 years or so ago. A high school kid saying like, "Hey, you want to buy my CD?" I'm like, I like that you're doing it, but I'm not going to just throw you $10 because I know nothing about you. So, but it was like a high school kid who was rapping positive songs, I guess is the way you would say it, but it wasn't like swearing, wasn't about drugs, it wasn't about partying, stuff like that. So
Will Smith ass motherfucker. Okay,
I get what you're doing.
Your camera a little fuzzy, Jake. Can you get some
focus? Julie is downloading porn.
I don't know what to do about it.
That's okay. I'm just making sure you know.
It's that MacBook.
Yeah, I'm just.
I saw it, and that's why I made an ugly face earlier.
Like, but yeah, bro, it's I think we maybe should look around here because especially Oak Park, it's a lot of stuff that
you should have a market in Royal Oak. You could go to. There's the farmers market right in front of the police station.
Yeah. So my question though is, why is it when you go to a place like Trader Joe's or something, all that shit is more expensive than regular stuff?
Because it's organic, which federally means nothing.
So explain it to me though. No. I mean, I say explain it to me, but I didn't even get an answer, a question yet. If something is organic, that
organic means nothing.
It hasn't been touched at all by anything.
Organic has no actual meaning.
Okay.
So Trader Joe's and stuff is charging you more because they claim it's higher quality. It's the whole, if something costs more, then it must be better mentality.
Okay, I understand that, but why is it? And I'm getting somewhere with this, so that's why I'm asking these questions. Why is your stuff a higher quality than something I get from Meijer or Kroger?
In a lot of cases, it doesn't have pesticides in it. It's free range chickens. The idea behind organic and those healthier things is less strain on an animal, less pesticides used, less waste. So you'll get, a bag of strawberries where some of them look like they came out of someone's asshole, but it wasn't perfectly picked strawberries type of thing. So
okay, so this is where that's what I thought.
You're paying more for less processing, essentially.
Okay, but does that make sense? If me and you, Jake, both started to make a garden, we both made a garden in our backyard, me and you, Woz, and you didn't do nothing to your garden, and I was out there every day putting pesticides on my shit and making sure it didn't, putting all extra chemicals that cost money. Why does my shit cost less than your shit that you didn't do nothing for? And I see you waving me over. You got to answer, Jake. So that's all I want to know. Break it down, y'all.
So the funny thing is how much of a sham the whole organic label is. Mm-hmm. You have to pay so much money for that label, which is why the price is so high.
So you got
the label doesn't mean anything.
You say you mean the farmer that has, or the store that puts the food out there and wants to label it organic. It costs money to say that your shit is organic.
To get certified. To be certified organic. Yeah.
What was you about to say, Woz?
And they come out and they do tests and stuff like that and make sure that like there's a certain threshold that you have to be within.
What was you about to say, Woz?
There isn't much that actually goes into being organic. Right here, it says the certification is only $200 to $1,500, so that's not expensive.
But so what does that mean? $1,500 for what per patch per year?
Probably per item, like so per SKU type of thing, and that includes an application fee and site inspection fee. And a annual certification fee.
So per SKU, as in, if I bring in this, I gotta pay between $200 and $1,500 for every batch of lettuce I bring in.
Probably more. Your lettuce is fine, and then so it'll be like per lettuce, per batch of lettuce, per batch of peppers, per batch of cucumbers, type of thing.
But don't you see how that shit adds up, though? If you got to pay $1,500 at the high end, even $200 at the low end for because a SKU represents an item, right? But a lot of times,
a grouping of items,
That's what I'm saying. A grouping items, yeah. So that I can say this is the exact item I want. This the Logitech 3220 or whatever. Every one of those is every one of these Logitech's gonna have the same SKU. So now, are you telling me that my lettuce, I just got to pay $200 and then every piece of lettuce I bring in, it will be certified as organic? Or do y'all change my SKU every season I bring in some new lettuce? And so now I got to pay, I brought y'all however many lettuces this time, and that costs $200 to make them organic. And the next time I come in with some new lettuce.
The organic certification will not expire. You will continue to be able to use the organic labels on your products until you no longer want to maintain your certificate.
Okay. But
what does it mean to maintain?
Right.
However long you want to throw it on there.
However long you want to send it to the grocery stores.
Mm-hmm.
So, but that means if I even miss one, something happens to my crops one year and I just miss one joint, I gotta get the what's it called again? Certification? Pay for
organic certification.
So I guess from what I know from gardening, y'all, it's really hard, man. It's really hard to keep your produce fresh without using those pesticides, right? You got to be out there constantly keeping the bugs off, maintaining them, and all this other stuff. So it's not going. So the dudes who are using pesticides aren't free, man. You gotta buy that shit. So you're paying money to use all this other unorganic shit. We'll use that term to keep your produce good. But what I'm doing over here is sweat labor, right? Like, so I'm not paying nothing, but I'm working harder than you working. So why the fuck? But that's not money coming out of my pocket. That's just my time. And I'm already a farmer, so I'm putting in hours anyways. So why the fuck do this shit?
But you can't have as big of a yield though.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because you have to pay more attention to your crops, which means that you can't have as big of a crop.
We gotta get some farmers on here. I want to know because I know there's other stuff in there. So because,
I have right here.
So far, what I'm getting from is one, I'm not making as much. That makes sense. I can't make as much because I gotta pay more attention to the lesser crops. Two, I gotta pay for the fucking organic label so that y'all know that my shit is organic and I can get it into like Trader Joe's won't take your shit if it's not organic, will they? Or nah?
It can be organic. I have up here on the screen. Organic is 95% of more ingredients are organic. Some USDA approved chemical additives may be used in the processing.
Okay, but you gotta keep your shit 95%. 100% organic is everything is organic.
Man, can we go ahead and talk about those poor bugs just getting like ripped apart by these pesticides though?
Imagine as a human being, you just walking around and then poison just Where you at?
You're just like flying up. You want to eat. You know, get some lunch. And you're showered.
I just go to Meyer. I'm on my way to Meyer. I park. I get out of the car. I'm walking on into the entrance, and all of a sudden, just sprayed.
A big ass,
and I melt into a pool
and
of liquid human.
And those deaths that they have is not quick. They are gargling.
They go ahead and they take it back to the colony and spit it all up on everybody else. And...
that coronavirus. That's what this shit is. You ain't bringing that shit back.
It comes full circle.
The motherfucking ants is quarantined in the hole, boy. Next thing you know, 95% of their asses is done. Which brings me to something else. Quarantine. There are like fuck. What is it called when like something takes over your body? Parasite. There are parasites out there, y'all, that'll get into an ant, take over its brain, and then become the ant. Force it to go back to the anthill. Once the ant dies, it explodes. And then it basically gets everywhere. All the ants in there get it. So what ants do is when they see that the ant is acting wild, they pick that motherfucker up and throw his ass out there.
Isn't it like a zombie fungus?
Yeah, it's like some zombie shit, bro. And that's the scariest shit I've ever heard in my life, bro. And the fact that y'all got these little ass 4K cameras capturing all of this shit just freaks me out. Like, if y'all can see this,
just
in
eat
HD,
them up the colony.
Yeah. So if y'all out here thinking that y'all butthole ain't been recorded, y'all dead wrong. Y'all butthole is on the internet. Jake's face.
Are you sure?
I can't remember the name of that.
So to finish up the organic shit, though, so
it is called I don't know what this word is. It's too many.
Yeah. That's it. Though.
I can't even see it. You guys zoom in, bro.
The unilateralis is what they was talking about on there. Yep. Because
cordyceps. Yeah.
Yep. Cordyceps. But there's different ones. But each one only affects a certain species. So there's one specifically for ants, one specifically for like praying mantises and shit. Like they all have found something. So I'm just terrified that one is one day gonna get to humans.
There's one for the deer too, I believe.
That deer shit been going on for a minute, dog. That it's like mad cow disease.
Since like the 70s, 80s.
Yeah, but it's been getting pretty bad lately, I hear.
Yeah, you gotta like test all your meat.
Yep.
Test that meat before you beat it.
So basically, why these things are more expensive? We think. Is because they can only make so many because it takes so much work to maintain them, and because I got to pay for a license to even get it known as organic and shit, right?
No,
you can make the money,
huh?
I think people are paying more because they see it as healthier because you aren't ingesting pesticides and you're paying for the extra physical labor.
But do you agree that the healthier thing should not cost more money, Wozzy? Shouldn't we want our human beings to be healthy?
I don't think healthier
capitalism, bro.
No, but don't you understand this? Okay, so y'all are talking how billionaires or whatever want to talk. So let me talk to y'all like y'all are billionaires. The faster you kill somebody, the sooner they stop spending money. Make the healthier shit cost regular prices. They're going to live longer. Buy the healthier shit for a longer time, and you're going to make more money.
No, that doesn't make any sense.
How does it
you're
make
actually
sense?
paying more than you are in pesticides?
Hold on. What you say, Wozzy?
So you're going to pay more in labor per person to protect the field from bugs than you will from pesticides. And
do we know how much that shit costs?
How much do people cost per hour?
I don't know.
I mean, I could look up
a farm. I just feel like they have 20 kids and you get free labor.
Also, it's because they're greedy, and if they can get more money, they will.
Okay.
Well, and that goes into what I was gonna say is why the hell do I care? If I'm one of these people, why the hell do I care? No. But like, all I'm looking forward to is making my money as much as possible, as quick as possible, because fuck everyone else. You know, like these people don't care about, like, they're not creating a company that's going to be owned by their children and their grandchildren and their great grandchildren. Like, that's not the logic anymore. The logic is, I'm the CEO. Let's make as many profits as possible. I'll get a golden parachute when shit hits the fan, and then I'll move on to another company, and I'll do the same thing, and I'll make money, and fuck everyone else.
I mean,
Well,
that
so
isn't
let me
everything.
let me tell you about waves, yo. So the wave for the last however many years has been fast food. That shit is quick, it's easy. I can get it for cheap, and then I can kill myself. So you're right, Jake. I got a McDonald's, a billion Big Mac served. Like that's y'all thing. Y'all love that y'all killed a billion motherfuckers, or at least got them a step closer to death. That's y'all thing, right? But that's a wave, bro. So now I guarantee the first motherfucking company that comes out with affordable, healthy food is going to fucking skyrocket, bro. And that's going to be the next wave. How can we get these because it's not, people not even going to eat it. They going to think like, oh, like tropical smoothie. Look at fucking tropical smoothie. How healthy are those smoothies actually? I don't know, but you think that you being healthy by drinking them motherfuckers. And
They have tons of sugar in them.
Exactly. So now we can start talking about how, because we're not in the same age of agriculture that we was 100 years ago, and we won't be as the time goes. At some point, we're going to get to the point where these motherfuckers understand this is how I can make some shit like this. And maybe, and I'm talking because, and this is why I want a farmer, maybe the soil's getting worse over time. Maybe it's harder to make organic shit than it was 100 years ago before the white man came and tore the soil up.
I think it's also getting the product to people.
Yeah. So, but I don't think
he's going to a supermarket now.
You're talking about like physically, like how do we get it to the person? Yeah. So if Jake is like frozen. A motherfucker.
So while that's happening, I'm gonna go get a drink refill. I'll just leave this right here.
That's funny.
My video is going shitty too.
It'll look good on my end, so you all right.
Okay, but I think that might be all right. I'm gonna go get a drink.
Go ahead, get you refill.
Jake is dead.
That's funny. I'm gonna keep it rolling. No,
you were riding that wave.
Yeah. How much did you hear?
Pretty much, you were like saying that fast food was a wave, and if you could go ahead and make a healthy food affordable and all that jazz, be another wave, skyrocket, and then boom.
So
I think
that's the gist of it. So hold on, let me just finish it off, Woz, because I don't want people to misunderstand it. We kind of talked about why it's not affordable, so I get that, y'all. But I think I don't never underestimate the human race, bro. There are ways I think that we just haven't figured it out yet to get this food that is healthy and is actually organic or whatever to a place where it can be affordable for the masses, man. And you might have to start off like the tropical smoothie way, to where it's not exactly healthy, but it's healthier than the shit that you about to go get from McDonald's and Taco Bell and shit. So we'll start there, and then as we figure shit out, maybe we move it up. And I don't know if that's a fast food restaurant. It's probably not. Maybe it is. I don't know. Maybe it is a grocery store that promises we only do 100% produce, like a Trader Joe's or something, but actually have good ass prices. I don't know where it starts, but if somebody can figure it out, that shit'll fucking burst out the window. Why? Because we in a generation of fucking hipsters who just wanna, whether or not they are doing good, they want to feel like they doing good. So if you do something, if you put something out there that's gonna make them think that they doing good, like those fake protesters we was talking about, Jake, they gonna jump all over that shit, bro. And I promise that.
You do make a good point that with the current hipsters and everything, because it was a very past thought that more expensive meant better.
Yeah.
Like if you ask any of our parents or grandparents, if it cost more, it was built with quality and it was better. And I think that
you get what you pay for. That's the saying.
And if a lot of the CEOs and stuff of selling are under that same mentality, it's, people will continue to, like, why is Porsche so expensive? Why is our BMWs and Maseratis more expensive than a Taurus?
Yep.
It's because you think they're better cars.
Yep.
Yeah, perception, right? Now, one of the things that really annoys me is just the term organic.
Yeah, and I think
guess what?
y'all. That's the first thing both of y'all said when I first brought it up, and I never even had thought that the term could just be some bullshit. But I'm glad y'all bringing it up. So break it down, Jake, real quick.
Well, I mean, when you look at, like, when you're talking about chemistry and stuff,
cheers,
organic. Cheers.
And we talking chemistry. You want me to bring my wife down here real quick?
But I mean, like, within chemistry, organic means carbon-based, right?
Yeah.
So,
sure.
So yeah, like, guess what? Like, GMOs are carbon-based too, so they're organic.
Yeah.
But
okay, yeah.
But there's also another interesting thing is that the whole notion that organic is better, all natural is better. I mean, death is natural too. So I mean, like, how natural you want to get, but
how natural you want to get, bitch.
I eat dead animals. I'm not going to eat a live animal. So
how natural you want to get that's fire, because that's fire. How much you want to do, motherfucker? How much where you want to go with it? You ain't about that life. You ain't trying to die right now.
But I mean, like, especially when we talk about climate change, it's all like this whole, like, science versus, like, these science deniers and stuff. I mean, science tells us that these pesticides are safe, that these genetically modified organisms are safe. So, if you're so pro-science, you should be kind of against organic. Because science has gone ahead and developed these pesticides and told you that they were safe. So why are you freaked out about them?
Also, if you've ever eaten a potato, a carrot, or a piece of corn within the past 400 years, you've eaten a GMO.
Right.
It's not a new thing.
No. I mean, that's what we were learning back in the elementary science class with those Punnett squares, right? How to genetically modify organisms.
Damn, we've been eating GMOs for
probably longer, probably thousands of years. I mean, that's
about as long as slavery, ain't it? God damn. I don't know what the correlation is there, but shit.
Fucking white people, man.
GMOs and them Negroes. I might have another title. All right, go ahead.
That second title might not be the best, considering everything going on in the world right now, and the fact that two of us are white as you can be.
Y'all are allies, though, so y'all all right. Oh, fuck my stomach. But you're right, though, Jake. I didn't even think of that. So I'm more so thinking about the fast food restaurants where you go and get a burger and 90% of the burger ain't even beef. You know what I'm saying? It's and the second thing is I just really did want to know why, because I hear that a lot. Why is it more expensive to eat healthier than it is to just get a fast food burger or something? And on surface it sounds like that's the truth. Like, damn, it do cost more to go here than it does to go there. But when you put it like that, like, motherfucker, these might not be organic, but they are healthy. You can still eat them out of Kroger and they gonna cost cheaper. Go ahead. So it make me be like, all right, maybe I don't got shit to worry about as far on that front, grocery store wise.
I mean, and then there's fresh versus frozen, which is a whole nother thing where frozen stuff now is almost as good as fresh. Like,
yep.
The flash freezing processes now, like a flash frozen fish is going to be it's going to be better than a fresh fish in some cases, because the fresh fish that came from
depending on where you get that bitch from. Yep.
So
I'm not saying that like all those pesticides and stuff like that in our food is good. I'm just saying that like theoretically
It's proven to be safe.
Yeah, but I mean, how long have we tested it for? You know, what does the effect of pesticide? I mean, we haven't been testing it for like 80 years, for example. So like,
There's a study, I can't remember if it was like a year ago or so, but one of the chemicals we've been using has been found basically everywhere in the world because we've been, I want to say it was distributed from fish.
that mercury.
That fat mercury, boy.
I mean, it could have been. There was something that made it around the world that potentially we can never get rid of because of pesticides and stuff. So
I don't know if I heard about
Yeah.
that, but
This
GG,
is all funny.
GGHF. Oh, we done with the GMOs? We'll come back to it later because I want to do some more research on it, look up some shit, listen to some people.
don't be afraid of GMOs.
Yeah.
Dogs are a GMO.
And also, you know what else was a big thing when I was in high school, and I don't even want to talk about it right now, but was it saturated fats? People used
Oh
to
yeah.
Those trans-saturated fat, those actually do cause heart clogging.
Okay, because I remember we.
Remember
I
Wild
remember
Chip?
that being a big thing when I was
Diarrhea
in
all over the
foods
place.
class. And when I was in my foods class, you know, I had to take foods. I needed a quick A. But it was also one of those foods classes where it was like, damn,
Didn't
I
you
thought I
take
was just
food
gonna be
class 'cause
cooking in here.
all
You're
of
trying to
the
teach
girls
me
were in there?
shit. You said what was?
I mean, I took the home ec class because of the proportion of men to women.
Yeah, that just shows your age, bro. They stopped calling it home ec after 1974.
I didn't even have the option.
You didn't have it?
No, we didn't have home ec. We didn't have cooking. Nothing like that.
I learned sewing and cooking, and
we had home ec when I was in middle school, and I had a shop class in middle school too. So, and those was both fire though. I wasn't mad at them. I got to make I made a dope little pillow in my home ec class, boy. That shit was nice. I kept that for a minute. And shop was cool too, for sure. But the first thing, don't chop off your finger. And then, of course, we had a teacher that had no finger. First of all, if you taking a shop class and your teacher got all his fingers, just drop out. Don't even go in there. He don't know what he talking about. He don't know what he doing. Get out of there.
Did you have a taller dude whose legs were not equal length?
Bro, I don't remember the teacher. I just remember he scared me. He was missing a finger, and Eminem's "The Way I Am" had just came out. That's all I remember.
I mean, yeah, our shop teacher lost his pinky, I think. He like just bandsawed it off.
I went to Berkshire Middle School though. Why you ain't go to my middle school?
Well, no, but the dude could have left where.
Yeah, he gets around.
Yeah. He get around, round and round. But that's funny. Yeah, kids, if your shop teacher still got all 10 digits, get up out of there. He don't know what the fuck he doing. That's a pussy.
Well, you gotta check his toes though, man. You gotta check his toes.
Man. Bro, you fucking up your toes in shop class. Really get up out of there. He got all 10 fingers but 9 toes? He tripping. Get up out of there, bro.
He was wearing flip flops and he was working the bandsaw, and it was a bad deal.
Had the socks on.
He still got those flops to this day to remind him of the incident.
He's got them in like a little case on his shelf. Never forget. He's got that case in the classroom so he can point to it when he tells you the story. Be careful with those bandsaws, those shoes.
Look at the left flop. You see how it's cut off at the front? Why you think that happened?
That bandsaw get you.
Pull up the album, Wozzy, because we gotta talk about this motherfucker too. That motherfucking Saudade. So first thing when I seen the name Saudade, I think of Saudade because that's my baby, nigga. She's so cold. So I'm like, oh, okay, I'm already expecting the vibes. And what did this album give me? Trey Magna.
So was this the artist you bought tickets to a couple of years ago that I think like you and JJ were going to go to or something? Because I remember the name.
Yep.
Thievery Corporation. Bro,
yes, sir.
Let me tell you this. I played this.
Let me tell you real quick.
Okay.
Live, they're phenomenal live because like you got the two guys in the back mixing everything, and you got this big old band of like practically 8 dudes, women, and stuff like that playing instruments on the stage, and then but like every song like they're alternating the singer, you know, for all the different vibes and stuff like that. So it's a super cool eclectic experience.
I got a couple girls, female songstresses that I just really want to see live because I know what you just explained is how the experience is going to be. I just don't. So how do you find out when people are coming to town? Is Live Nation still like the big thing? How are you finding out when people are coming to town?
Me, what is it I usually use? I think I just use Bands in Town.
Bands in Town? You got on that while you was at Market Strategy, so
yeah, that's what I use still.
Okay, and they just give you a notification. Do you check the band that you want a notification for or something, and they tell you when they?
Yeah, you look them up, and they also have like stand-up comedians and stuff like that too.
Okay, nice.
So,
all right. So break down this album real quick, Jake, and tell us why you chose this one.
I don't know, man. A buddy of mine down in Memphis a few years ago hit me up, and he was like, "Bro, check this out." And so I pulled it up, and I don't know, man. I just love every little bit of it. It's one of the few albums that I actually have on vinyl and stuff. So Julia and I, half the time, like when we're making like breakfast, lunch, we'll go ahead.
For cheers, by the way. Go ahead.
But like if we're making, especially like a late breakfast, brunch, lunch sort of deal, half the time we'll go ahead and open up the record player and throw it on, and it's just got like, I don't know, it's just real chill and everything. And then some of those songs, when you really dig into them, like got some real deep lyrics and shit like that. So I don't know, I just love it, man.
Y'all know I've been doing a lot of yard work these past like 3 weeks. So I'm finally, 2 days ago I put up the gazebo right in the backyard.
Nice.
And then I was like, all right, let me see what let me listen to this Jake shit so I'm not tripping. But I didn't know what type of music it was, and there was just a vibe that I wanted. I didn't want to be rocking out there. I just needed a vibe. So I was like, I'm gonna play the first song, see what it's talking about. And if it's some real hard shit, I'm gonna save it for later when I'm cutting the grass or something. Turned it on, Jake. This motherfucker hit just so perfectly, dog. That first song was just so perfect for what I was looking for in some music. And this goes back to our Ways of the Whites segment, like a few episodes back, where I asked y'all what y'all do to set the mood. This is the type of shit I'm playing in my house while I'm cooking, waiting for her to show up. And when she finally shows up, she probably shows up about halfway through this album. And then it's just playing in the background and we talking. This the type of shit I'm talking about, Jake. Because this shit is so like, it's like you said, first of all, I don't gotta listen to nothing. The voices on there is perfect. The instrumentation is perfect. It's all just a soothing sound. And I can just do whatever I need to do. And then, like you said, I didn't even dig deep into the lyrics yet. First of all the damn names of the songs is in Spanish or something, mostly. So
Portuguese.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm like, all right, I don't know that shit, but I can kind of guess a little something in this motherfucker. And I love that they got featuring a whole bunch of different artists to sing and do different shit on there, which is that's just fire. Because let me tell you, just throw a concert especially, and to still have Most likely they don't have everybody that they want to sing all the songs. But even if they, you know what I'm saying? Like if I'm in Detroit, I probably can't get every single person for every song to come out and sing their part of the song. So I got some backup singers or somebody that'll step in. But if they even got half the people for the, like how long was the concert that y'all went to? Or how long did they perform for, you think? Can you remember?
They performed a good hour, I think.
Like this album is 42 minutes. So they probably played, I don't know how many albums they got. And this one came out in 2014.
They got a few.
Yeah, so you played, when you went, did this had just come out or was this already out?
No.
This was 2014. Yeah, this was 2014.
Crap.
This had been out. Yeah, they got a bunch of albums. Look like that one remixed about 4 times down there. What that say? Letter to the, what?
Ghetto Matrix?
That's just the same, whatever. But even if they got like half the people to come out and then sing the shit, that shit is impressive. And I don't know, Jake, I thank you because this is exactly what I was looking for when I finished the gazebo. I grabbed a beer, I grabbed my Switch, and I just went outside, turned on my speaker, hit play, and this is exactly the vibe that I wanted. The wind was breezing. I just sat back and played the game for like an hour. And it's only 42 minutes, but so something else started playing. But I played it through the whole album, and I was like, that was perfect. So,
in my opinion, it's really one of those albums that can like take a really nice moment and make it fucking beautiful.
Yeah,
you know.
So that's this. When I ask you what you doing when you set in the mood, that's it. That's one. That could be one. That's one. That's on the list for sure. What was you thinking, Wozzy?
So the overarching word that I got was seductive. It had a cross of James Bond opening with 70s piano bar, chick sitting on a piano singing Marilyn Monroe type of thing.
Yep.
I don't know. That is the imagery I can get. The last two are 11 and 12, PARASITES and Bateau Rouge were playful and teasing, but everything else seemed seductive. Is really the best word I can use. Is that very old lounge, chilling with a cigar and a whiskey, just watching the performance of somebody. I didn't look at the lyrics, but some of it was like deep love. Some seemed like deep regret, just telling from the voices and the way that it sounded. But
yeah, well, the word Saudade is, if I remember correctly, like you could kind of translate it to like a longing or melancholy.
There were some songs that felt like missing something that she had, I guess, is the best way that I could. I don't know. That was just kind of the emotion that I got from the voice. But yeah, it was all beautiful.
Hell yeah.
In other words, Wozzy saying it was seductive and lounge bar and drinking a whiskey. In other words, he was sitting there listening to it while he had some porn on his TV, while he was sitting there drinking a whiskey with his pants on, just letting her seduce him.
Just laughing.
I listened to while we're working out, which was kind of weird, but it still fit at the same time.
Listen, we just was having that conversation on one of the podcasts too. That we be listening to. We don't get super hard in our workouts. We like to mellow out and focus by listening to shit like this. So,
it fit in for my time where I'm like, all right, I think it was last Sunday. I was last Saturday. I was finishing it up and
remix. Finishing it up. Hey,
I gotta start.
So do you know anything about the specific band, Jake? Because the names Lulu and Ellen do pop up as a feature on the project a lot. Are they two of the main singers that you know of, or is this just a group that you found you like the music and you ain't really dig that deep into them?
I mean, so I do enjoy Thievery Corporation in general, but this is by far my favorite album of theirs. So I really don't pay like specific attention to their other features and stuff like that. Like, If I'm wanting Thievery
I
Corporation,
wasn't sure if
put
those was like actual members of the group or not, because Lulu and Ellen is probably on more than half of the songs on this project. So if they're not, then that tells me that that just off a hypothesis of an artist, they probably did this album pretty quickly. And when it was pretty quickly, it's like a couple weeks, and those two people were probably in the studio, just happened to be in the studio with them a lot while they was doing the recording process. So they got on a lot of songs that ended up being pretty sick. So I don't know. I was just wondering if they were actually a part of the group or those just people that was around.
Do they have more like upbeat stuff, or is it all kind of the 70s lounge?
Oh no, they have some much more upbeat stuff too.
Because it was a very similar feeling throughout the entire album. Like I could tell which song was what, but they were all very same emotion.
Yeah,
I guess I'll put it.
Yeah. And I guess like that's why like this is my favorite album of theirs, is because like I'll go ahead and put them on sometimes and listen to their other stuff, but it doesn't hit me the way this album does. And so like the other albums have different feels and all that jazz,
but is it still like?
Go ahead. Sorry.
I was gonna say, is it still like? So what I got out of this was like the horns and some of the wood instruments, but it was very, I don't know what the word is. It had a feel like with what music they were trying to make. Are the other albums maybe in a different style, but same instruments, so to speak?
Definitely,
because
like similar, at least similar instruments, but definitely different vibes and explorations of different emotions and parts of the world.
Because they're categorized as dance electric, and I wouldn't consider anything on this album to be either of those.
I would say dance, but not electric. Like listen to number 2, Woz. And the thing is, you got to be in. Sometimes you got to be in the environment where that's a very Latin song. So when that he coming in with that guitar, motherfuckers will get to salsing like a guy, like a beast to number 2, dog. Like, and it won't feel the same as it do here. Like you'll be like, oh, that is upbeat.
Right, you gotta bring Angela out.
Yeah, she'll have a dog ass routine.
I don't count it as dance. Like I don't count seductive as dance. Like those are two different things to me. Like dance is like, bouncing around. This is intended movement. I don't know if that makes sense.
It makes sense, but I guess I don't know. Is dance the actual name of a subgenre of EDM?
I mean,
because if I hear somebody say dance, I'm just thinking, does this make you dance? I'm not thinking of a specific type of dance.
I guess to me, dance music is a subtype of EDM.
Okay. Yeah.
So it's not trance, but it's that same high.
It's not trans.
High
it knows its gender. I feel you. Yeah. So maybe that's what it is. I don't know. I wouldn't call it electric either, though. But as far as
I like it,
the dance part, I don't. I just when I hear that word, I just think of would you dance to it? And if you get, and I've been to a lot of Latino clubs during salsa night, and this shit will bang on there. And believe me, it's fast paced. You moving quick, and you sweating before you get out of there. So I ain't gonna say a lot of it though, Woz, because you're right. All of this has a certain vibe that it's got. Most of it is I use the term vibey, but it's got a certain tempo to it that you can just ride
11
and listen to.
And 12, to me, those were cool because they were like teasy. Like when you I got Final Fantasy 13 vibes from it. Where
that shit fire, dog. PARASITES.
I love.
Come on, man.
These two.
Jake,
they're like,
I promise you, next time you and Julia come over, you gonna see me act a fool off this shit. I'm gonna act a fool. We gonna be drinking. I'm about to turn that shit on, and I'm about to.
I hope you do, bro.
Dancing that you never seen before. Speaking of
When
that,
it
y'all
comes-
available. I want y'all to come over, man. I don't know how y'all feeling about everything, but it would just be us three, and I'll see if JJ want to come out, and I'll have some drinks, and I want y'all to come over and chill, see the backyard, and enjoy the afternoon one of these days, man.
Where I'm at right now, fuck yeah.
Okay. What about you, Wise? I know you ain't been out the house, but you want to risk
I went out on
it?
Friday. I went out and hung out at Bodies on Friday for a bit.
Okay. Well, you just said okay. I wasn't sure if you was doing it or not.
I
I only asked because I wasn't sure. So you will come over my crib, me, you, Jake, Jake, JJ.
I know most of the people here have been pretty careful. I don't trust 1,000 fuckers with them not being careful.
I'm rolling. I feel you.
So,
but everything's opening up tomorrow anyway. So I don't, So I want y'all to come over. I want us to vibe out. So I don't know. I know y'all still working and shit. So y'all let me know what days is best for y'all. Maybe the weekend is probably better. Or if y'all working from home.
Me, so I don't care.
Yeah.
This morning, and I read that article. I read an article, I should say, about all of those healthcare professionals saying, "Oh yeah, no, like we support these protests and stuff like that. This is fine. Go ahead and go out and protest." So I'm like, if I could go ahead and be, if the doctors are telling me that I could be in a crowd of 1,000 people yelling and screaming and chanting, then I should be able to go over and do the podcast. You know?
They already said that you could have gatherings of at least 10 or something like that. So I knew that was all right, but
there has been
the podcast though. That would make more sense.
Yeah.
I just wanted y'all to come over and chill.
Yeah, let's do both.
Yeah, we can do that.
Again, I wouldn't
Wozzy.
be nearly as worried if it wasn't for underlying asthma, and I was pre-diabetic. So if it wasn't for those, I wouldn't worry. And my parents,
So will you come
dead.
over, Wozzy, or not?
No, so I'll come over. I don't trust general public.
Yep. No, I understand that.
Final
thoughts on the Saudade? Would you say it again, Wozzy or Jake?
Saudade.
Thievery Corporation, fire, great vibe. There's a
Make
way
it
that
horny.
I can play it, but I gotta look into it. So we'll leave that for later episodes where we can play some songs. You can't
so if
play
you're
it on
looking on
YouTube
getting
at
your
all, but you could play stuff like for like podcasts, like audio only, I think. So maybe we'll do that. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But
so if you want to get your woman pregnant, go ahead and just put it on and it'll happen.
Fat triplets.
This was a hot album. It did.
I'm rolling. Wozzy, you got an album for us to listen to this week?
I do. It's an album that I was going to get to eventually, but this week kind of threw it up higher on the list.
Mm-hmm.
It's Fire from the Gods, American Sun. And I can throw it in our chat if you want.
I got it.
Fire from the Sun?
No, Fire from the Gods.
Oh, Fire from the Gods.
And then American Sun is their latest album. Came out last year.
I thought he was bullshitting, but he was for real. Motherfucker don't listen.
Dude, I'm going to have weird band names. So I was going to do Blink's 182, Enema of the State, but I'm sure everybody's heard that. And that was more story related than anything. But this is a band that I don't think you guys have heard of. I just re-listened to the entire album again, and I liked it. So, but they have a lot of good messages. So,
Wozzy and his messages.
This was a great episode, boys. We're gonna see when we gonna link back up, and good shit. No Consensus Podcast.
Peace.
Oh shit. Why did I quit? I disconnected on accident, y'all.